and went up, and we paddled up the Delaware River. We went behind a company called the Pyrite Company, and they used to have like ore. It was an iron company, and we loaded up the tin boat with all these big, large pieces of metal, and we started pedaling back in the river, and the boat sunk.
Oh my God.
After we had all that iron in there,
Oh my
the boat
God.
sunk.
That's funny.
I don't think I should be telling our story to these kids.
You're corrupted. That was back in the old day, Megan, when they didn't
See, you
have
didn't have any money, see? You had to look for ways of making money during the Depression.
Okay. So tell us now about
Then little Aunt, this is really
Little
funny.
Auntie.
Little Aunt and I went, and there was an old fire engine, the place that made the brass for the hoses. And little Aunt and I went in there. It was empty. We got all the brass from the hoses. We're going to take it to the junkyard, but it was shiny and new. So we buried it. So
Make it look dirty?
Make it look dirty. We never could find out where we buried it.
You couldn't,
No, we never could find out where we buried
you
it.
couldn't remember. That's funny. That's funny.
Never paid to go to movies.
You always snuck in the movies?
One guy would pitch in money because he's going to be 10 cents to go to movies. And we'd pitch in and give him the 10 cents, and he'd go in and he'd open the door to the fire escape, but we'd come up the fire escape and he'd let us in. We always got in for nothing.
How about the time you ran away from home with your hobo stick?
Oh. Yeah, well, you want me to tell you all this stuff?
I don't know if you want to.
Well, I don't do it. Well, I wanted to go to Florida. So I wrote a letter to my mother, said I was going to Florida. Can you imagine this? I was 11 years old. I was supposed to go with a big black guy named Toots Farrell and Joe McHenry. Joe McHenry didn't show up. It was 7 o'clock in the morning. Joe McHenry didn't show up, and Toots Farrell was a big black guy. He put his sheets out the back window of his bedroom, and his father was waiting down the bottom to catch him.
Oh my
And
gosh.
he whipped the hell out of him. And I was hiding behind this big oak tree, so I wrote the letter to my mother, so I had to go. So I broke the seal in a boxcar. And this is funny. I get on that train shut the door, and I slept on boxes, wooden boxes rather. I tried to find a place where I wouldn't have to lie on a dirty floor. I got on a train about 7:30 in the morning, and it was just starting to get dark. This is really funny. So the train stopped, and I got out of the train, and I had my stick and my kerchief and my $1.10 and an apple and a candy bar and some cookies. And this farmer picked me up. He's very smart. I said, "Where am I?" He said, "Salisbury, Maryland." So I must have gone from Wilmington to Salisbury, back to Wilmington, back to Salisbury.
Oh my gosh.
I was on a train for like 8 hours.
Oh my
And I was only in
gosh.
Salisbury, Maryland, 85 miles away. So I must have been doing this all day. Because I went to sleep. I
Yeah,
fell asleep.
yeah.
And the farmer was all beat up, tin Lizzie truck. He was cute. So where you going, Sonny? You can imagine. Where you going, Sonny?
And how old were you?
11.
11. Oh my gosh.
11 or 12. Maybe it was 12. I think it was 12. And he was smart. "I'm going to Florida." He said, "Well, you're not in Florida. You're in Salisbury." He said, "Where'd you come from?" I said, "I came from Wilmington, Delaware." So he took me down to the train station. Not train, bus station. Told the guy, "I'm from Wilmington, Delaware." And the guy told me, go in the back seat and go to sleep. And he took me to the train station, dropped me off in Wilmington. And I went home from there.
What were your parents thinking that whole
My mother
time?
was hysterical.
I can't even
Now,
imagine.
Mr. Psychology, my father was working shift work 11 to 8. So the next morning I was going to, my mother made me go serve ass with J.J. Pollinger. And I ran into my father. I thought he was going to bawl me out. He looked at me and said, "What'd you do, get cold and hungry?"
Wow.
He took the wind right out of my sails.
So tell us how you met Gwenny.
I was at a 11th grade high school dance, standing in the corner with all the jocks, nobody dancing. And she came up with a basket full of peanuts, and all the jocks dug in. And she said, "That's not nice, I have to serve other people." So I put all my peanuts back. She said, "That was very nice."
Wow.
So this is where Red Word comes in.
This is where what?
One-Eye Red comes in.
Oh.
He dated her in high school. So I followed him all the way home to find out about Gwenny, because I liked her. And I think he was, how far he lived from me, he lived a long way. He kept saying, she's got so many other classier guys than you. He said, "She won't go out with you." I said, "Oh, we'll see." So it was a challenge.
So how'd you get her to go out with you?
Well, she was in library, and Ernie Maston was the swinger. He and I played basketball together. And Ernie Maston and I went to get her out of the library. And she's wanted down the office. She came out, she said, "What are you getting me out of the library for?" "Oh, we want to talk to you." I'm sitting there like a lump, and Ernie was a